Khalid Rasheed for Ace magazines for the city of Houston for the culture. For the Ace magazine, man.
Okay, this is Khalid Rasheed, 4 Age Magazine. Today I'm joined by a special guest. Introduce yourself and tell the people who you are.
I am Ace Deuce.
All
H
right.
time.
Okay. So, you know what I'm saying? Some people acronyms or their names, really represent STEM. So, how did you get that name, Ace Deuce? And, it's a two-part question. And are you born and raised in Houston? You know what I'm saying?
Well, starting out, I got the name Ace Deuce because my initials of my real name is ACE.
Okay.
So that's where the ace comes from.
Okay.
Seeing the deuce, like back when I first started in the 90s, mid 90s, it was like a two syllable when you came up with a rap name. Like Ice Cube was one of the guys I looked up to. So it
Okay.
was like Ice Cube, Scarface, like a two syllable thing. So I was like, okay, ACE, those are my original initials. So what comes after Ace? Deuce. So I was like Ace Deuce.
Okay.
So yeah, that's how I came up with that. And as far as, yeah, I'm an original Houston native,
Okay.
growing up in Fifth Ward, Texas.
Okay.
Bucktown to be exact.
Already. Okay. So, growing up, from, what the music scene is though, in the 90s, what I'm saying, like lyricism and people took attention and paid attention to their craft and, was going out and had a street team and doing all that type of stuff. Now being an OG in the game, now what do you think far as the music scene now is, what I'm saying, the good and the bad of it?
Music scene right now is really oversaturated.
Yes, yes.
It's really diverse. Whole lot of new styles, new cadence. I mean, to be honest, I admire a lot of it. To be honest with you,
Okay.
the way it's really innovative, and I see how the tides turn and how new waves come in because what they're doing now we wasn't doing back in the '90s. The way they spit their rhymes, I mean, and the way the youngsters gravitate to it, it really amazes me, man. It really, I like a whole lot of it. Some of it I don't, but a lot of it I do. Like the guys that's really putting it down, I admire it for sure.
Now, far as what do you think about far as like artist development? You know what I'm saying? Because you can, when you back then, like I said, people kind of really invested in themselves. Like some people went to schooling for that. You know what I'm saying? Took dance classes, choreography, and things like that. Versus just getting up there and just screaming, hollering, doing all that, going back and forth, and not giving people what they paid for.
Well, definitely, artist development has decreased for sure over the years. I mean, with the internet, the booming of the internet is kind of like anybody can pick up a mic,
Yeah,
get in front of a camera, and say what they're gonna say. Speak their truth as they call it.
yeah,
So, artist development has definitely dropped over the years, man. But I really feel like us as OG, me being an OG, we should try and get back to that as far as trying to get artists underneath our wings to show them what A&R really is, artists in development, to try to get them to get their messages straight, get their appearance together and just, hone in on that raw talent that they got,
yeah.
you know?
Okay, now one of the Fifth Ward brothers, in his acceptance speech, made a statement that we was on fire at one point in time. We held the torch down, and then it got passed back to Atlanta. Do you think it's some truth in that or not?
I do. I do. I believe that H Town was definitely, especially in the beginning of gangster rap and booming, like when you saw the West Coast, the NWA did it. Then next it was the Ghetto Boys,
Yes.
and Scarface and everybody. And then, yeah, Fifth Ward Boys, myself and the people I was with. And then you just kind of seeing that wave just kind of with the snap music and just with
Yeah.
Outkast, the birth of Outkast, it kind of pushed on into ATL. But to be honest, here lately in the 2022, I'm noticing that H Town tide is starting to rise again.
Yeah.
Like the eye is definitely on Houston right about now. I think
Yeah.
it's kind of switching back.
Yeah. Now, do you think, with all these people moving here, like with 50 Cent and these other people getting here, do you think we could consider now the new Hollywood?
New Hollywood. I wouldn't say the new Hollywood because Hollywood is so diverse. Like
Okay.
you can see just about anything in Hollywood.
Yeah.
But a huge influx of out of towners have been flooding the H Town over the past really over the past 10, 15 years, but within the past 3 to 5, for sure, everybody want to come here.
Yeah.
Everybody want to come to Houston. So I definitely say the I is on H-Town instead of Hollywood, like the Fifth Ward boys say, we Hollywood.
Yeah.
The Hollywood. Yeah.
Yeah.
Of the industry.
Okay, so now what do you think about far as the fractions or the differences, what they say between, different I guess artists is working together with other people in Texas, like you don't really see too many San Antonio, Houston collaborations or Dallas collaborations and stuff like that. And why do you think that is?
I think just because over the years there's always been a kind of divide between Dallas and, let's say, Dallas and Houston. Seemed like Dallas and Houston guys would always clash. For some reason, I don't know why, just culturally, not necessarily in the music scene, because there were a few guys from the D that H-Town kind of collaborated with, but just over the years, and as far as San Antonio, I don't know too many artists out of San Antonio that are there that is to collab with. But I think that because those almost like imaginary lines have been put up, I really think those barriers should be knocked down, and we should all be networking with everybody because Texas is a huge state.
Okay.
You tie in with somebody in San Antonio, they fan base gonna tie in with you. They tie in with your Houston fan base as well as the Dallas. I think we should all collaborate with one another.
I definitely agree.
Be honest with you.
I definitely agree. Now, what do you think about far as now you come from that, the Fifth Ward, that old, that when it was called the Bloody Nickel. Now, what do you think about the situation now, from when you growing up to the Fifth Ward now, going through there, what I'm saying, as you done made a mark, or going through your neighborhood, what I'm saying, being somebody respected, what I'm saying, when you talk to the people, do they sit there and listen? Because when you talk to some youngsters nowadays, they be like, I don't want to hear all that type of stuff. So do have those type of problems when you go back?
No, I don't. I mean, the ones who I communicate with, they gonna listen to me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I do notice that the neighborhood is a whole lot of diverse now because of gentrification.
Yeah,
You go through Fifth Ward. Fifth
Yeah.
Ward don't look nothing like it looked 20 years
Yeah,
ago.
yeah.
You got high rises on one block. You still got shotgun houses on another.
Yeah.
But more and more people are influxing the neighborhood, and it's almost not even called Fifth Ward anymore. It's the East End District is what they're trying to kind of rename it. So it's just crazy, man, when you go through there. But you're right. A lot of the youngsters don't really want to hear unless you talking money, and you talking, on the come up, then they trying to listen. Anything else is kind of like they shun it. But, who can you blame? Because when I was 18, 19, if you wasn't really talking what I wanted to hear, I wasn't trying to listen to you neither. So I can't really blame them. Like I got two younger sons, one 25, one 18.
Okay.
And I tell them all the time, I try to advise them, but then also I know they got to have their own life experiences. And life is the number one best teacher. Number one. So when you get to going through certain things, it could have saved you some time if you'd have listened. But if you don't, life will make you listen.
Yes.
For sure. Life will make you listen.
Yes. Now, as a father, what do you think about that situation? Like when the George Floyd thing happened, and being that you was from Houston and, coming up in that area, so how did that make you feel then? You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know if you watched that, when your sons was around, or just being there knowing that these things can happen to us at any given day. How did that make you feel?
I mean, I was devastated, man. I was devastated the fact of just how raw that was and shocking that they would just kill a man on live, basically live TV.
To me,
basically, and just the inhumane way it was done. The disdain that they have for black people, and just, man, the other officers that were not, those officers wasn't even, one was like Asian, it's just for them to sit back and not really do anything about it. I was devastated, man, but I've always had those talks with my sons and told them how to deal with law enforcement. Because my dad taught me at an early age on how to deal with the law enforcement. When you encounter a lawman, how you're supposed to act during a traffic stop. Is yes, sir, no, sir. You keep your hands, where they can be seen. You have a calm, demeanor the entire time. And I've never had any problems with law enforcement when I've been stopped, and I've had that type of attitude.
Yeah.
So I just think they should definitely do a whole lot better as far as matching up guys that have grown up in the neighborhood to police their own. So then that needs to definitely be focused on. If we from a certain culture, if you Black and you grew up in the hood and then you become a policeman, then you should be in that zone because you know how to deal with your people a whole lot better.
I definitely agree. Now, out of all these bills that they passed, everybody else got a bill or something like that to protect them, but we don't. Why do you think that is?
Man, since America has been built,
Okay.
I just feel like it's embedded. It's something about black people
Yeah.
that the higher ups, which are white people,
Yeah.
for some reason they look down on us, man. I just don't understand how that could be, knowing that off the sweat of blacks is how America was built.
Yes. Yes.
You got 400 years of slavery.
Mm-hmm.
If anything, we should get top laws. Like we should get the best treatment, to be honest, just off what our ancestors went through in building this country. But it's just something that's been going on for so long. So I just think it's so deep seated and so embedded. I mean, because those people back in the 1800s, 1900s, they had children. And what you think they did? They passed those values down to their children. You got a lot of people that say they're not racist and they with the Black Lives Matter, but that's what they saying out front.
Yeah.
Who knows what they saying at home?
Yeah.
Actions speak louder than words every time, man.
Yeah. Okay, now what do you think about social media? Do you think, far as now when you do something, everybody want to pull out a cell phone and record everything. Do you think that form of privacy is kind of being taken away or stripped from us? You know what I'm saying?
Definitely. I mean, that's what social media seems it revolves around is the invasion of privacy. I mean, privacy is the new money now. That's how you're able to get a fan base. If you let people into your life, let them see your intimate moments. It all started with reality TV shows. And then that kind of spilled into the social media. And now, which it was all by design, the powers that be knew how to control the masses. So they know, and now it's just a tradition. I mean, your phone is an extension of you. And that's just pretty much how America operates in society in general, even the globe. I mean, everybody got a cell phone. And as soon as something happens, what happens? Automatically, you pull that cell phone out. So I think it's some good and some bad to it. Now, the good part about it is you can get raw footage of live action of what's going on in real time. So it ain't no denying what's really right in front of you happening right before you.
Yeah.
That's good. So if you want something documented, you can say, hey, the truth is right here. You can't change what you're seeing right here before your eyes. Bad part about it is people will put anything. I mean, man, I done seen some stuff that even I shouldn't be watching, man, on social media, man, that'll just come across the feed and you like, how can this even be possible that someone would record something like this? So it's just to the level of indecency, should I say. It's horrible, man. It's horrible on that end, on the bad part. So social media is like a double-edged sword, man. It can help you and it can definitely hurt you. I think it almost can hurt you more than it can help you. You know?
Yeah. Okay. Now, so being that we come from a different era of guys and come from respect and integrity. Now, what do you think about the narratives that they pushing with the demasculating of the black man? You know what I'm saying, with this reality TVs, like it's cool to be funny. You know what I'm saying? What do you think about that?
I disagree with it, altogether. I mean, when you break the black man down, then you breaking the black family down.
Yes.
Because the black man is the head of every black family. So when you demasculate him, then you also demasculating the sons. And then you strengthening the masculinity in the daughters. When the daughters see the man being demasculated, then that make them feel more empowered or more like, okay, I can take charge. I don't need him. I really think it's all a plot by the enemy, to be honest, to try and tear a black man down because the black man is the strongest form of man, in my opinion, in existence, simply because of what we've all been through throughout all these years and been able to withstand. I mean, you would have thought they would have almost wiped us out with the stuff that we went through from slavery. But no, we don't die, we multiply. And it's just like, man, the resilience that a black man has. So I'm totally against demasculation. Like, I want to flex my masculinity at all times. Not necessarily with the bravado, pushing and shoving and gangster, but just being a stand-up guy, being humble, being honest. So when you speak the truth. Recognize what's coming out of your mouth. Like, I calculate every thought, and I definitely pay attention to the words that come out of my mouth specifically. So I'm totally against that scheme, dude. I'm totally against it. And I just, man, that's why in the situation I'm in right now, the way I promote myself, I'm the neighborhood hope dealer. So I
Okay.
try to give people hope. I try to hope to me stands for help other people elevate. That's what hope stands for to me. So if I see a young brother and he's struggling with his masculinity, I want to let him know that, hey, this is how God created you to be. You know, you might have been raised by a single mother. That don't mean you got to adopt her traits. She gave birth to you. Your dad might not be around, but there are plenty of men around that you might not even know, but they can be your mentors. You can watch these men on social media. That can come in. You know, you can look at them on YouTube, see somebody strong, powerful, that's doing the right thing. Focus in on that, and that'll help you with your life's plan. You know, so it's just they don't have to conform to what society is trying to make them conform to. 'Cause a lot of the powers that be, they that way, man.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
on the other team.
Yes.
They identify as they, you know, and I have no hatred in my heart for anybody and they preference of whom they feel that they want to be. I just know what's right and what's wrong, man. You know,
Yes.
and in me, I mean, I know what's right. God created you a certain way, and that's the way you're supposed to be. If you kind of try to redefine the way God created you, that's where the problem come in.
I definitely agree.
Because no matter what, like how they trying to push that, you know, being funny or whatever, it took a man and a woman to create what was ever created. You can't create without them two. So that's a show in itself. It's going to take male and female to create life. Can't create life with male and male or female and female. And that's my take on it.
I definitely agree with you. I definitely agree. Okay, so we had the situation on Sunday where we just passed. Where we did the 1 year anniversary, and we did for the Culture Awards. You know what I'm saying, like the legend version. What was your take on that since you received the award and things like that? How did that make you
Man,
feel?
I loved it. I was absolutely elated, man, that the consideration for the pioneers like myself that helped lay the bricks to this foundation in Houston, it warmed my heart, dude. I just was like, wow, this was absolutely amazing. And just hats off to 4-H magazine, you and the team, man, salute. I just greatly appreciated that you all would even come together and honor us in that way.
Yes.
Because you didn't have to do it. You know what I'm saying? It's something that collectively was done, orchestrated well. I mean, to the T. It was magnificent, man. So I was very satisfied.
I think okay, I appreciate
Straight
that.
up.
Okay, now so you said you got these programs and things going on. Now, what else that you have going on that since I don't think you're doing the music no more. So where people can find you, if they want to get you for public speaking or what I'm saying to come out and mentor to these kids because that's like a sense of urgency now. They keep pushing like invest in the artists, but I keep telling people invest in the kids. What happened to the kids? Like y'all keep pushing a grown man that's like, what I'm saying, they're supposed to have it about their age by now. And if you don't, so we got to get the kids first. If we don't protect the kids, we're going to, that's the future.
That's the future. So to be informative, I am still doing music.
Okay.
It's just called Purpose Rap right now.
Okay.
So that's what kind of helps me promote my message to the youth.
Okay.
I actually got a few songs that I actually recently released.
Okay.
You can find me on Instagram at Houston Ace Deuce. Okay. You can find me on Facebook as just Ace Deuce and on Twitter as Houston Ace Deuce again, and even on TikTok as official Ace Deuce.
Okay.
Okay, so like I said, I promote myself as the neighborhood hope dealer, help other people elevate. I mean, I'm if they want to book me, you can hit me up on social media. That's not a problem. I can get at your school, come to your event. I mean, and promote hope. That's what I do, man. Because at one point, I was on that other side. Like I was with that gangsterism in the street and doing all that the gangsters did. But at a certain point in my life, I got married. I started having children, and I had to look at life from a different angle. A lot of stuff that I was doing, I'm not doing no more. So I'm not gonna come out on the mic and talk about that.
Okay.
Like for instance, the first song I came back with I actually do a weekly video series on Instagram where I put out a video each week. I'm doing an 8-week run on 8 songs that I'm gonna release each week with videos that I've already done. I'm kind of like, I think I'm on song number 6 this week, but the first song was called Just Be Great, and that dropped July 13th, 2022. And each week after that, I've been putting a video out on YouTube and on Instagram and the rest of the social media just to showcase that message. First song was Just Be Great, meaning you need to tap inside the greatness that's within you. We all have greatness inside of us. Just don't know how to tap in and pull it out. And then it was a song called Catch What I'm Throwing, meaning I'm not coming with your average rap about the girls and the money and the fame. I'm coming with something that's going to help change your life. And then I came with a song called Priceless, meaning like if you accept life for what it is, certain things you can't buy. You can't buy your health and strength. You can't buy breath that you breathe, your eyesight, your hearing. Those things you can't put a price on, so it's priceless. So that's just basically my mode. Last week I dropped a record called For the Ones That's Lost. Well, no, last week it was Believe It, but the week before it's called For the Ones That's Lost, dedicated to all my brothers that's on lock and incarcerated, saying that, hey, man, you ain't got to stay that way. You know, there's still future for you. There's still a better plan for you. You can come out of this situation, and if you stuck in there for the rest of your life, you can change people's lives from the inside. Never lose hope. Like, never give up. Never give up, you know?
Okay. I definitely appreciate that, man. And I thank you for coming on and stopping on by, man. You know what I'm saying? This is Khalid Rasheed for the H Magazine. I want to shout out to our sponsor, Wildlife Magazine, and Little Ryan. Enjoy your rest of your day, and you know, I appreciate good things to come for you, man.
Greatly appreciate it, man. Shout out to 4H Magazine, and y'all keep doing your thing, man, for the culture.
Already.